Okay, today is Friday, April 30th, and yesterday it rained like almost all day. I was able to squeeze in um, I was able to squeeze in 1 footer up here at the top. Just by luck. I was really debating on doing it because it's raining so much, on and off, on and off. And I thought, well, let me at least do something today. So I came up and I went ahead, I got everything ready, and I went to get the concrete, which I had covered. And I'm glad I did, but when I uncovered it, I realized it had gotten wet. So I was able to get it into the ground. One bag broke open just a little bit, and then the other ones I was able to get up to the ground before they fell apart. So I was lucky I didn't lose 4 bags of concrete. I lost probably about a third of one when it broke open. I was able to kind of shovel the rest of it in there after the fact. So that one's done. So today I'm going to do the corner here. Can you guys see? It's kind of cloudy. There. Hope you can see. I'm going to do this corner here, and then I have enough concrete for a single, because that one is it's basically two in one, so it takes 8 bags of concrete. And then I figured I'd come up here, and this one that I had to move the logs to access, I'm going to go ahead and get that one done. And I think that will be the 3. It's supposed to, they're calling for another frost, or for a frost warning tonight, which is crazy. I was really hoping to have some nice weather for a couple days in a row. It just doesn't seem to be what we're going to get this time. So if I can get these 3 done, I'll be pretty happy. Because that would use up the concrete I have here. I already made 1 trip to town to get the concrete, and I try and avoid going to town twice. I think it's about 15 miles. Might be a little bit farther, I'm not really sure. But the thing is, by the time you go to town and then come back, it's about an hour, you know, and I really hate to lose 2 hours of my day just driving back and forth. So let me go ahead, I'll set you up somewhere and get started getting these other ones finished, and get those out of the way for today. And if I could get more concrete up here, I'd probably do more in one shot, but let me get this done, and then let's see what the rest of the day looks like. I have a mailbox to put up. I don't have any concrete to concrete it in the ground, so it might be kind of shaky, but I need to get our mailbox up. And I've been waiting for the power people to get in touch with me. I called yesterday and I threw a fit because I've been up here for almost a month, and I've called them probably 7 times. And the fellow that's supposed to come out here hasn't even called me back. So finally yesterday I called up and I said, you know, just put me in touch with somebody. Not the guy that's supposed to be out here. I don't, you know, just somebody. So then finally they got a hold of him and got him on the line. So I'm waiting for him to call. He said, oh, I can't come out tomorrow. Well, today. I spoke to him yesterday. He goes, I can't come out today. He said, but maybe tomorrow, which would be today for me. But I have yet to hear from him. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. All he has to do is come out and look, and then go from there. But I don't get it. But anyway, let me get this set up, and you guys can watch. Hello. Today is May 5th. Yesterday was a washout. It rained and then it cleared up for a little bit and then it rained again. The only thing I did here, I had time to weed eat, so I went down and I did some weed eating down around the shed down there, and then I did some weed eating around the logs and around the fruit trees, so not a whole lot. I put some, my friend came over with his tractor and he didn't realize how wet the ground was, so he wound up making kind of a mucky area, so he gave me some grass seed to put down, so I went and put that down as well in the mucky areas, so that will help fill in a little faster, I hope. And then anyway, so today is just supposed to be cloudy. I think it's in the upper 50s or 60s, somewhere around there, not upper 60s and low 60s. But what I'm doing today, because we finally got all the footers poured, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to start trying to get the posts in the ground. And you can see what I did. I put the level up, the laser level, and then I have it shooting down the line. So as long as I'm going to shoot it all the way across this way, like that, and at the same time I'll put the, I'll show you here, I'll put the forms up. I think this will work. I had to, sorry, I'll make everybody dizzy, kind of shyster this up a little bit. I'm not crawling around underneath it, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But I did kind of shyster it up because the laser from the corner went right to here, ran into the logs, and then over there. So I was losing my laser along the way. So I lifted the logs up a little bit, and I was able to finagle it. In retrospect, I probably could have just moved the laser over a little bit. Would have been a lot easier. It didn't occur to me. I was like, oh, I got to move my logs. So so I did that instead of doing the other way, which would have been easier. So anyway, this is a form that I have. So what I'll do is I'll place my forms, and I wanted to start from the far end. I thought that would be better. There goes a form. Start with the far end over there and work my way this way, because my thinking is as I start working this way, I'm going to block the laser. So I need to start on that end. But for an example, I'll wind up setting this over my rebar. Let's find my laser. I don't think I turned it off. Hold on a second. Let me check. Did I turn it off? Nope. There we go. It's on. I think I'm just not over far enough. So there it is. You can see it right there. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and set the posts on the rebar. Find my laser on there, make a mark, and cut it. That way they'll all be to the correct height, to the same height, and they'll all be level, I hope, all the way across. And then I'll pour them with concrete. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to cut as many as I can, I think, and number them. I think that will be easiest. And then maybe tomorrow, if I don't have time today, I should have time today maybe, but tomorrow I'll run into town, get some concrete, and start pouring the shortest ones because I don't know how much concrete each one is going to take. And once I start filling the smaller ones, it will give me an idea how far each bag of concrete will go in the tube, basically. And that might give me a better idea as how many as I'm going to need for the bigger ones. So let me pause this, get you guys set up, and I'm going to go ahead and start marking and cutting the forms. Okay, I had to pause it, pause the video because I had to move the laser level over to the side. It wound up, after I adjusted it, it wound up being back on the logs again, which meant I was going to have to move the logs. And having learned the first time that I could have just moved the level, I opted for that, but it just took me a little bit to get it resituated and leveled back up. So I just paused the video while I did that. So anyway, I brought you back, and you can see, you know what, let me move you back just a little bit. See if this will help. There, it might help, maybe. Okay. So we have our line. There we go. See it? And you know, for being the short end, can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. There we go. You can see that. Right there. I can't tell from my little viewfinder here on my phone if you can see that or not. I think you can. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mark that right here. Like I said, for being the shorter end, I thought actually it's right there, the X. For being the shorter side of the cabin, I thought I would have more room left. It takes almost a whole one on just the short end. Once I get these cut and set in place, you know what? Let me number one. And then I'll do this one here. We'll call this one number 2. Come here, number 2. Because I don't want to leave these sit out overnight and get wet. Go grab my other form here. Number 2. Alright, now I gotta pause you. Let me pause the video again. When I came up, I only brought 2. I had grand hopes and expectations that they weren't going to be, it wasn't going to use as much of the form as it was. I thought I was going to cut them and have enough for two. And that may be over on this end, but on the end we were just at, that's not going to work. So let me go grab a couple more forms, and we're going to start working our way that way. That's not quite as big of a deal. You see where I put the laser over there. So now I'm not going to be blocking them as I work this way, like I originally expected. So it'll make it a little easier, but I think it's just going to be easier for me to remember which way we're going if we're going that way. So anyway, I'll pause the video and I'll be back in a minute with a couple more forms. Okay, there we go. I'm back with a couple more. We'll go ahead and do these few right here, and then I'm probably going to turn the video off because I'm using up the battery and I'm just doing the same thing over and over. So anyway, I only bought 10 forms to bring out because I wasn't sure how many I was going to need. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 10, and then wind up going back into town for a bit for the rest of them anyway. But regardless, I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll cut the 10 that I have now, and then worry about the other 5 later. So let's get started with that. Okay, I'll bring you back for a second here. Try and get you down a little closer. You see, hold on. Let's do this. A little loose. Okay. Oop, there we go. Look at that. Right on the edge. Go figure. All right. I'll raise that up just a little bit. Luckily, when they moved these, some of them wound up being with part of the back end hanging off this group of logs. So I actually have kind of a counterbalance on the far side, so it's easier to pick up. So I'll get this picked up and get this out of the way. It's going to be easier to do that than try and move the level and start all over again. So I'll just I'll pick it up real quick. They're pretty much dry at this point, so I can move them. If they were wet, I wouldn't be able to budge them. They weigh almost as much as a car when they're wet. So even skinny, I know it doesn't look like a lot, but when they're wet, they weigh a ton. Almost literally. Scooch back a little bit. trying to see what you see, because what I think you see isn't usually what you see. Alright, let's see how we're going to do this. See if I can pick it up from this side here. As soon as I get that marked, I'm going to set this back down. That's pretty, you can see, got it hung up here just on this little thing. It's pretty shystery. So, yeah. Alright, yeah, let me get this marked and get this back set down. There we go. All right. You get the idea. I'm going to finish up all the ones that I can, and then go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for now, and bring you back in a little bit when I have something exciting or farther along to say, to show you anyway. Okay. Come step over the lines here before I trip and fall and both of us have a bad day. There we go. I got the posts, the forms that I have them all measured. One of them happened to be the correct length, so I don't have to cut that one. I'm going to go ahead and finish marking the ones that I have here and get them cut. Again, like I said, I only have 10 here. I need 15. So one of them's correct, so I'll cut the other 9 that I need to have cut, and then run into town and get the other ones. So I wanted to get you guys set up and let you know what was going on before I turned the generator on, because I don't like the generator. It's very loud. But I'll go ahead and get you guys set where you can kind of watch what I'm doing. And I just got the regular saw out, and I'm going to mark all the way around the tube, and then just cut all the way around the tube. And that should give me the correct height. I numbered each one to fit, so I'll know which place it goes in. So let's get started. Just make sure you can see. Oh, how is that? I guess that'll work. I think so. Alright, I'll go ahead and cut these two. You guys will get the idea, and then I'll finish the rest of them and bring you back when I'm done and see where we're at. I think at that point though, I'll be just go ahead and packing up, running into town and getting the rest of the tubes coming out and hopefully finishing what I have to do here. Okay, you get the idea. Sorry. I think you get the idea what's going on. I'm just marking them all the way around and then cutting them, and then putting finished ones over here. Okay, I got these marked. I'm just going to go ahead and cut them and let the video go. Y'all can watch me cut them. Watching me draw the line around them is pretty boring. better. I'm done cutting these forms. I got to run into town, get 5 more. The temperature is dropping. I think it might rain. I don't know the weather here that well, but I think it might rain. I've felt a couple drops. So I'm going to pack up all my stuff, put these forms someplace that I know they're going to stay dry, back where I got them, and then they'll stay dry under there until I'm ready, and then cut the other forms, get everything ready to go, and then as I need them, as I start to pour, I'll just go grab the ones that I need, come put them out and fill them, and that way I don't wind up having to bring them back and forth a whole bunch of times, more times than I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to go ahead and pack these up and make a trip into town. Think I can make it?